real. Phone was charging, so sorry didn't get to see it. Put these on here, but I put my gasket on and I get all my bolts started. As you saw, I used the metal head gasket. So torquing them, you want to start on the middle and work your way out, going up and down, working your way outward. So I got those tightened down. Then I dropped my push rods in. Lifters are already in there. Adjusting the valves a couple different ways depending on what kind of cam you have. Solid cam, you're going to use a filler gauge and actually put the filler gauge under the rocker to adjust it. This is the hydraulic flat tappet. So you want to find the flat spot, and you can adjust both of them if you just want to quick latch them. If you want to do it like the super technical way, is IOEC, which is intake opening, exhaust closing. So that's basically saying, let's see, this is an intake. So my intake here is opening. So I'm going to adjust my exhaust. Okay. So that being said, if you want to check and see exactly what's going on here. So this valve right here is opening. So there shouldn't be any slack on this one. That one's tight. This one should be loose. Vice versa. So this one here is tight. There shouldn't be any slack on this one here. All right. So that's pretty much, if you ever have a situation where both of them pressing down, you got confused somewhere and your valve are going to be completely off and you're probably going to end up bending one. So if they're both, let me see if I can find these right here. Both of these here are down. So see, both of those have a little wiggle to them. All right. But you should never have one up, which this one's up, it has no play. This one's down, has a little play. So that's how it should be. You ever get in a situation and you see, hey, one's up, the other one's down over here, like this one's up, this one's down, this one's nowhere, that one has a little play. If you have this one up and this one's here down, you don't have any play, your valves are wrong. Personally, I like mine loose. Some people are, oh, it's tapping. Let it tap it and make power. That's all I can tell you. So that's pretty much how I do it. Like I said, you can look up some other videos on the YouTube on how to latch the valves. Like I said, the IOEC, the exhaust opening, intake closing. EOIC, let me correct that. Exhaust opening, intake closing is probably the most precise way. You wait until your actual exhaust is opening and you adjust the intake. And then you wait until your intake is closing. And then you adjust the exhaust. So whichever one's coming up, you adjust the opposite in simplest forms. On the big block, which I have a big block over here, it's a little bit simpler because you can actually see the flat spot on the cam. So it's no guesswork. You can watch it come up. So make sure you're dead on the back of the heel of the cam while you're adjusting. But it's a lot easier when you can actually see what you're doing. With a small block, you don't quite have that. You don't quite have that option because the way it's made. So you kind of have to watch your lifters go. You have to watch your lifters go up and down to make sure you're in a good spot with it. So yeah, I usually do this here. I crank it up. I like mine loose. If it's got a little tap, I leave it alone. If it's tapping bad, I'll find which one is tapping, but usually I'm good. It might be a little tap, but like I said, that's just part of it, making power. Small block, not so much. The tighter, the more torque you're going to make, so small block a little bit tighter. But with a big block, I like to run mine loose.